Hey guys, it's Story. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Story and I talk about books and streaming. Listen, Linda. Us book people, we tend to be collectors, if you want to put it in a nice way. I have a lot of books. We're gonna get into the number in a minute. I can't believe the number is that big, to be honest. I haven't counted my books in a while, but you know, we like to read, so we buy them. We buy a lot, so we have variety. I'm trying to make excuses. I can't find any. I tend to stare at my books a lot, feeling bad about myself, because it's not that I feel bad just about having so many books, it's that I am a minimalist. Hear me out on this one. I really do enjoy getting rid of things. I really don't like having so many things attached to me. It's just, as a reader, I want variety. I read every genre under the sun. I know some readers have specific genres they like to go to. I have my top favorites, especially within certain seasons, but I am a reader that reads every genre. So I collect a lot of books. Also, I have a booktube channel. I am a book reviewer. So yes, I'm gonna have a lot of books. If you've come here to hate on the amount of books I have or anyone else has, unlike the video and leave, you dang troll, because nobody cares, okay? I don't care about how many books you have. You shouldn't care about how many books I have. You can spend your money however you want. If you want to get rid of books, if you want to buy more books, do y'all thing, girl. I don't care. So you shouldn't care about how many books I buy, how many I get rid of, all that. We are going to be talking numbers later on, but it's all to help you out. So I will be sharing with you how many books I have, how many books I will be getting rid of at the end of this video. The point of this is to give you some steps to successfully unhaul books, and these really do work. This is what I do. I usually get rid of a big chunk of my books. I later replenish that number because I like to buy books, okay? But I also like to get rid of them every now and then. So I will give you my ways, my steps, how to successfully unhaul these books. And hopefully you won't be like me and just buy that number back within a few weeks. So if you're not in an unhauling mood, you are in a book buying mood, I will have all the books I'm getting rid of on Depop. I don't remember what it's called now that I'm thinking about it. It is a place where you can sell your used books. I sell mine for super cheap. Not all of these books will probably be on my store, my closet. I'll also be donating some of these books to used bookstores and Goodwill. That's what I usually do, but I know that I'm gonna get a ton of questions of people asking if they can buy the book or be sent it for free. I've done both on my channel. I give away books quite a bit. Actually, a chunk of my bookshelf is giveaway books, so I'm not going to include that in the number later. But anyways, if you do want to buy any of the books that I unhaul, I will have the link to my store, closet, whatever you want to call it, down below so you can buy the books. Before we get started, I want to quickly shout out a company that sent me one of their products to review. This video isn't sponsored or anything like that, but I just got it a couple days ago and it is amazing, and that is this cute little perfume. Can you see it? There she is. This is from the company Dossier. I do not know how to say it right, I'm so sorry, but I chose Floriental Vanilla. It's supposed to be inspired by YSL's Black Opium, and let me tell you, I've never been able to afford that, so that is why I chose this, and I'm so happy I did. It smells so good, smells just like it. I feel like the vanilla is really, really strong, so if you're a vanilla person, especially like in the fall and winter, you like those warm vanilla-y scents, then you're really going to like this. I'll put the link to their website down below as well. They also gave me a discount code, STORY10, that you can use. You can just click the link down below, and I think it automatically applies, or you can just apply it to your cart when you check out. But they have a ton of fragrances. They even have a quiz you can take to find your perfect scent. It smells so good. Their prices really aren't that expensive at all. Their whole company motto is no markup prices. So you get a designer fragrance, but at an affordable cost, and I mean, you can't beat that. Little perfume hack for you, spray some in your hair like this, and then every time you turn, if you have long hair at least, the people around you will smell it because your hair kind of like moves the fragrance around instead of it just like sitting on your skin. But yeah, it seriously smells so good. Take their quiz if you're trying to find a specific type of perfume and they will set you up. It's super affordable. Thank you to them for kindly gifting this to me. This is gonna be my go-to fragrance for the next like year until I finish it. All right, so now let's unhaul some books. It's really important if you want to successfully unhaul books to do this step by step. Very first thing we're going to do is count our books. I know I avoid this at all costs. I do not want to know how many books I own since it is so many. I feel bad about it every time, but you truly do need to know how many books you have so that when you do unhaul these books at the end, you can see how far you've come. You can feel better about yourself and then you're able to figure out your number for next time as well. So without anyone judging me, as an example, I have 212 books. I know it doesn't seem like all these books are on my bookshelf right here, but I actually have 3 bookshelves. A lot of people don't know that. The reason I want to unhaul my books today is because I'm getting a brand new bookshelf I have waited months for. It's coming tomorrow, so I need to figure out what books I'm actually going to put on the bookshelf. Of course, there will be a bookshelf organization video coming your way soon. I have a whole ass setup that I have been planning on doing for months, so I'm so excited to finally do it. And then 25 books that are giveaway books. Yes, I have that many books for giveaways. If you want to win any of those books, be sure to follow me on my Instagram. It's at Storybook. It's like semi-new, but that's where I plan on having most of my giveaways. And then of course I'll have some on my YouTube channel as well. I've just been really slow to doing it. I'm so sorry. The next step is you're going to figure out how many books you want to keep. You can do this by a number or a percentage. In my opinion, I feel like percentages work best. I feel like 10% is a really good number if you're doing this for the first time. 25% is like really hefty if you have 200 books like me, but it's all based on you and the amount of books that you have. It's also based on what you're trying to do. So for me personally, I'm going to be getting rid of specific genres. I've read less and less YA fantasy these past couple years. Also, I do not read thrillers at all, yet I have so many mystery and thrillers. I read about 1 a year during the fall time. I end up just reading like historical fiction, magical realism, fantasy, YA fantasy. That's the time when I read that. So I'm definitely getting rid of a lot of thrillers and mysteries, but I'm also going to be getting rid of some YA fantasy. So whenever I think of all the genres I have, that's probably like 10%. Now, I'm not going to be sticking to an exact number for this video because in all honesty, I'm doing this pretty quickly. I just decided to do this last minute since my bookshelf is coming tomorrow. But if you really, really want to unhaul these books, stick to a percentage or a number. If you end up not reaching that number at the end when you are unhauling these books, it's okay. You can then apply that number to the next time you're doing this. Like, it's just you and your books, you know? Like, you don't have to feel bad about the number of books you have. If you want to get rid of 10, but you end up only getting rid of 5, you got rid of 5 books. Like, congrats. Like, good job. You're then going to take every single book you own and you're going to put them in a pile. Yeah. You're gonna put them in a pile, whether it's on a desk, on your bed, on the floor. Take every book you own and you're going to put them in a big pile. I know this is gonna suck afterwards when you have to reorganize them, but it's gonna be so much easier if you do it this way. You will actually get rid of these books. So once you have all of your books in a big pile, it's really, really important that we look at this a specific way. We're not going to look at our books and think, which books am I going to get rid of? We're going to look at this pile and think, which books am I going to keep? Doesn't make sense, right? But we need to be in that mindset because there are certain books that we know we're going to read, right? We are so excited for them. We'll probably read them within the next year, maybe next 2 years, but there's some books that we know we're just gonna take forever to get to. And then of course there's those books that are in between. We don't know what's gonna happen with those. So now that you have this big pile and you're sitting there staring at it, there's probably some books that are grabbing your attention, saying, hey, you're excited to read me, you're probably gonna read me tomorrow, that sort of thing. I want you to take all those books out of the pile. These are books that you absolutely, absolutely are going to keep no matter what. Like, you cannot imagine unhauling these books within the next year or two. Like, you just know these are the books that are coming next on your TBR, like truly. And it doesn't matter the number. If half of your books are saying that to you, then keep half of those books. What you don't want to do is take like 90% of your books and keep them, right? We need to be hard on ourselves. So truly pick out the books that you know you're gonna read, you're super excited for, you stare at them all the time because you just can't wait to pick them up next, and those bad boys are staying on your shelves. If you need a number or percentage to guide you in this, I would recommend choosing 25% of your books. So if you have 100, choose 25 books. You know you are going to read 25 spots. Who's it gonna be? The rest of the books you are looking at are unfortunately books you don't care about. Even the ones that are in between, you do not care about these books. If you cared about these books, they would be on your shelves. Now, I'm not telling you to get rid of all these books. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. But odds are you do want to keep some of these. Before we choose more books, we're gonna sit here and think about why we want to do this unhaul. Maybe you're less interested in a specific genre like me. Maybe you just don't have the attention span anymore to read a really huge physical book. Maybe your mom would enjoy it more. When I look at thrillers, I always think my mom would absolutely love these books because she's a thriller reader. I'm not. So a lot of times I think, oh, my mom would really, really like this. I'll just give it to her. Whatever it is, whatever inspired you to unhaul books, really think about it for a second before you even look back at the pile. Now, at this point, there's probably some books, again, you know you're going to keep. They're probably those in-between books where you're interested, you just don't know when you're gonna read them, but you'll probably read them at some point. So go ahead and pick those books up because you're gonna be keeping them. Again, the trick is to think about what you are keeping, not what you're getting rid of. We're already in that minimalist headspace, right? So we're going to select books we truly care about, not a large number probably. We're not going to be thinking about numbers. We're truly just in a minimalist headspace and we know what we're going to keep. A traditional minimalist isn't thinking about what they should get rid of. They're thinking about what should they attach to their body. You can think of objects as having a little string from you to them, and what are you going to surround yourself with, your environment with, and if it's just not worth it to have it attached to you, then it's just not worth it. You want to go into this assuming that you're getting rid of all these books, even though you're really not. You want to look at it that way. Now that you've put those kind of in-between books on your shelves, I want you to look at this pile. These are probably books like you really, really don't care about, right? If there's any still screaming out at you, like you just can't get rid of, maybe you do need to read the synopsis. I will mention reading the synopsis will usually mean you're going to keep it. Really make sure you don't know what you're gonna do before you read the synopsis, but odds are you should probably get rid of all these books, right? So let's go ahead and count them before we officially get rid of them. Let's go ahead and count them. How many books are on the floor now? Is it only 5? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 25%? What's that number? Because if I wanted to get rid of 25% of my books, that's over 50 books. I'm probably gonna do 10%. I'll probably do 20, 25. I haven't decided yet. It just depends on how many books I have in those specific genres I wanna get rid of. If you're above your number, then go ahead and keep a couple of those books. If you are way below your number, you just need to get rid of these, right? If you wanted to get rid of 10, but there's only 5 on the floor, send those suckers off. Like, it's time to go. But the important thing to remember is that whatever number it is okay. You did great. You got rid of some books, and whatever the difference is in the numbers, whether you were supposed to get rid of 5 more than what you did, just apply that to next time. Next time, if you want to get rid of 5 books, remember that you were 5 under, so you should probably get rid of 10 books. And it can be whenever you want. It can be in 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever you want. It's up to you. It's your relationship with your books. I know that sounds weird, but readers get me. This is the part where I show you the books that I'm gonna be getting rid of. These are the books I'm gonna be selling on Depop. So again, if you want to buy them, go ahead and click that link down below. If you're truly in an unhaul mood, then send the link to your friend, post it on your Twitter. I'll also let you know here what percentage I ended up getting rid of, or the number of books I got rid of compared to the number I originally had and the number I was aiming for, if there was a number. And hopefully this has given you a little bit of inspiration and some guidance to unhauling your books. Let me know if you were successful in this, or maybe you're not in an unhaul mood at all. Maybe you're trying to buy some books and you want some recommendations. I have a ton of videos you can watch in that case. But of course, like this video if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, if you feel like it. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye!